Living near Sunriver has been an absolute game changer for us since we moved here about 2 years ago. Not only do we have incredible outdoor access to nearly everything you could want and see and do in the Pacific Northwest, but we also get access to some awesome resort activities that Sunriver has to offer. One of which is the annual Sunriver Grand Illumination Ceremony. My name is Chance, and my wife Tiana and I and our son live and breathe the Pacific Northwest. Through real estate, we're able to help others live the lives of their dreams while empowering us to live our dreams as well. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you our experience and opinion of the Sunriver Christmas lighting ceremony. Make sure to like this video and hit subscribe, plus the little bell icon, so that you can see all the fun and educational content every time a new episode drops. Stay tuned to the end of this video because I'm going to be giving you some awesome tips on things to avoid and things to do to make your visit to the Sunriver Resort for the Grand Illumination Ceremony as memorable and enjoyable as possible. So it's mid-November 2023 when we got to finally experience the Christmas tree lighting at the Sunriver Resort. We had wanted to see it for the last 2 years, but both times we were unable. The first time we were getting ready to travel to Jamaica for our wedding with the entire family, and the following year we had a newborn, our beautiful son, and there was a recent ice storm that had us a little nervous about taking him out into the storm, so being able to finally get out and experience the Christmas tree and resort lighting was epic. So we live about 10 minutes outside of Sunriver, Oregon, and on the way into the town we quickly noticed that the resort was much busier than we expected it to be. Once we got onto the main strip in the resort, there were signs pointing us to the overflow parking as the main lodge parking lot was full. It was about 4:45 at this point in the evening. So once we got to the overflow parking, we packed up all of our things and headed over to the free shuttle. The shuttle was really cool because it allowed us to travel to the site without having to deal with traffic. If you can't tell from the video footage, it was also super rainy, which is super rare for this area. So being out of the wetness and in the dry bus was super warm welcome. Once the shuttle dropped us off, we were told by the driver to walk down a candlelit path towards the resort. It was super cute, and whoever thought of this idea hit the nail on the head, as it made the experience so much more enjoyable. The only qualm I have with this scenario was it was a really far walk, and especially when you're in the rain. So this is a really long walk, and it's super wet. Tiana's bundled up, and Zendrick's got all sorts of water protection stuff on. But I'm sure there was some logical reason as to why they put the buses where they did for the event. Once we got to the front of the lodge, we were greeted with some incredible lights. It was truly magical to see everything. There must have been thousands of lights. In my opinion, the light show level of excellence was similar to that of Portland's Peacock Lane or Levenworth Washington's lighting during the holidays. I'm sure this event will continue to grow in popularity as people hear about this for years to come, but let's just say for now, the lodge was poppin'. The word had definitely gotten out and the locals were everywhere. Due to the rain, we wanted to get into the lodge and dry off before heading to the back of the resort, which is where the event entertainment was located. We also had a few friend groups that were posted up in different parts of the lodge that we wanted to say hi to. I can tell that this event is usually a ton of fun. The bars and restaurants were full, gift shops had lines out the doors, and the back lawn had thousands of people huddled under what seemed like hundreds of pop-up tents. It honestly felt like a brew festival. Although there were plenty of food and beverage options, the lines to get snacks were really long, but I guess that's to be expected. There was also a band performing on a large stage behind the resort with lights all around it, so it was really cool. After getting to cross paths with our friends and exchanging some pleasantries, our son made it very apparent that he was ready to head home. A younger, less young parent version of us would have gladly stayed through the night, but our little family is a team, and when it's time to go, it's time to go. So we quickly said our goodbyes and headed back towards the bus stop to shuttle back to the car. On the way back to the bus stop, we were surprised to see that there was a pretty intense fireworks show behind the lodge where we were. It seemingly happened right off the edge of the lodge's lawn, and man, did they go all out. All in all, the event was super fun, and under traditional circumstances, I would have gladly traveled really far to experience it if I didn't live so close. If you haven't seen this event before, or Sunriver in the winter in general, I highly suggest it, especially since the lights stay up through the new year. Well, you made it to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. As promised, I'm gonna give you some tricks and tips that I wish I would have known before I would have went to the lighting, and hopefully this helps you with your plans. Tip number 1, try to go early. If we would have went early, we would have probably had a great parking spot to get in and out when we wanted to, and then we could have locked in some warm, dry seating location to just hang out. Having a baby, a stroller, baby gear, covered in wet clothes, standing room only was not very enjoyable for us. So yeah, just plan to go early. Tip number 2, plan for crowds, whatever that means for you. Because of 2020, a lot of us are still weirded out about being in large crowds, and this event had a lot of people in one spot. Granted, it was outside for most of it. You still, in the rain, were kind of crunched under tents with each other. Also, if someone in your group has mobility issues, they're probably gonna be really uncomfortable with trying to get through all these people. So plan for that, plan for where you're gonna be. Hopefully you can get there early, like I said in the first step, and have a good time. Tip number 3, and my last tip, which is basically a combination of all of them, is just plan ahead. If you're going to be going and meeting a bunch of different people, plan a spot ahead of time. That way you're not calling each other with large crowds and music going off and potentially fireworks, and you just can't hear each other. It makes it a little stressful. 2 out of the 3 years I was in the area, the weather played a major factor. So make sure to plan accordingly, wear warm clothes. Also, when it comes to planning ahead, this should go without saying, but do not drink and drive. It's not worth it. There's so many people there. There's tourists, there's kids running around, there's people just having a good time and running in the roads and crossing streets without crosswalks. Just be prepared that pedestrians are everywhere. This is a vacation resort. So that's it. Have you ever been to Sunriver? Do you plan to visit Sunriver? If you have been to Sunriver, what did you go for? What was the event? I'd love to hear about it in the comments. And as always, if you'd like more information on visiting Sunriver, moving to Sunriver, or just want to know more about the community, you can absolutely find our contact information below, and we'll see you in the next one.